Alright guys, welcome back to another one. So today I want to talk a little bit about the Mickey segment that's going to be in Kingdom Hearts 4. We got a small little preview image here in the recent screenshots displaying that at some point throughout the game, we are going to jump into the boots of Mickey and see exactly what he's getting up to. As explained by Yensid at the end of Melody of Memory, Mickey's task is to go to Scala as Caelum to research more about the Foretellers. While the Kingdom Hearts Key Saga of games have provided a decent amount of context towards the Foretellers and the Master of Masters, it's pretty surprising still to know that there is so much unknown surrounding these characters. Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to have a strong focus on this group, considering that they are positioned as the new antagonists for this next coming saga of Kingdom Hearts. So Mickey's time in Scala is going to help flesh out these characters just a little bit more so. I'm also speculating that this part of the game might include some of the stuff that Missing Link would have explained to us before diving into Kingdom Hearts 4, before of course it got cancelled. You know that Missing Link was positioned as a pretty important title from a narrative point of view, helping explain and further flesh out different things that are going to happen in Kingdom Hearts 4. So now Square Enix are in this state where they have to explain certain things that were going to be presented to us in ML within Kingdom Hearts 4 itself. And I think that Mickey's time in Scala as Caelum will be the place to do that. It's interesting that this screenshot here shows Mickey in a library section of Scala. Libraries contain books, and books contain knowledge. Sort of the perfect place to be in order to find out more about the origin era of Kingdom Hearts. But not just that, a book that might detail the erased era of Missing Link. I hope what this screenshot is trying to tell us though is that there is going to be further emphasis on both platforming and puzzle solving in the game. This is an aspect of Kingdom Hearts' level design that is totally lacked since Kingdom Hearts 1. In this screenshot we see a glowing green light here, obviously something that can be interacted with, along with what looks to be a switch on the top of this balcony. It also looks like there's a room behind this bookshelf, so maybe similar to the library section of Hollow Bastion in Kingdom Hearts 1, where we had to find books and put them on the shelf in order to activate the bookcases to move to navigate through the library. Small little puzzle solving section with level interaction. It might end up being the same deal here in Kingdom Hearts 4 for Scala. We also see Mickey standing on a chandelier here, with the chandeliers positioned in a way that obviously we're going to have to navigate across them. This is sending strong signals of harkening back to the platforming aspect of Kingdom Hearts 1. Ever since the first Kingdom Hearts game, Square Enix's primary focus on any of the games that have come after it has been on the combat system. While that aspect has significantly improved since Kingdom Hearts 1, focus on both platforming and level interaction has taken an absolute backseat since. Kingdom Hearts 3 went back to this a little bit, and I will say that the worlds have been the most interesting they've been in KH3 since KH1. While the worlds became a lot more expansive in KH3, it still didn't have the same flavor that KH1 offered. So I do hope this is an aspect of Kingdom Hearts 4 that's focused on to the same degree as Kingdom Hearts 1. I do hope though that these segments are quite fleshed out. They're not quick 10-minute segments like with what we got in Kingdom Hearts 3, where we jumped into the shoes of Riku in the Realm of Darkness. We were really hoping that Riku's time spent in the Realm of Darkness was going to be a little bit more significant. Now I do think that these segments are going to be pretty basic. As we can see, the command menu only gives us the attack option, and that's it. There's no magic, there's no items. It is totally possible that for just specifically this library segment here, it only gives you the attack option on the command menu, and that other segments throughout different locations around Scala might expand upon the command menu if there are combat sequences. This image suggests to us that, at least looking at this segment right here, it is pretty basic in the sense of simply just puzzle solving and platforming, but hey, I'm totally okay with that. It's a flavor that has been sorely missing from Kingdom Hearts for way too long now. Something that I had been thinking about since we first saw this screenshot was Mickey appearing in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. One of the player's tasks is to help assist Donald and Goofy to find gummy ship parts in order to repair the gummy ship. However, during this time, Mickey appears. Now we know for a lot of the stuff that's happening throughout Union Cross, it is simply just data projections from the Tome of Prophecies. All of the Disney worlds you visit and the characters that you come across are simply just future projections. So these aren't really the true versions of these worlds or the inhabitants. So the same has always been thought for Donald, Goofy, and Mickey in this situation. But there is something quite curious about Mickey. He seems particularly self-aware about his situation, mentioning that it wasn't the Star Shard that brought him here, but rather some other mysterious power. What if Mickey's time in Scala at Caelum somehow, someway sends him back into the past to Daybreak Town during this point in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross? Now, a means of Mickey being able to do this could be explained by either a tome or one of the pages of the Tome of Prophecies still remaining in Scala. This could very well be something that Mickey discovers while he's there. Something else that I've thought about though is, what if the Arc device was rebuilt in Scala? Ephemer arrives in a future version of Daybreak Town at the end of Union Cross in a destroyed Arc pod. From here, we know that he goes on to rebuild Scala into the version that we see in Missing Link, and somehow that version of Missing Link then evolves into the version that we see in Dark Road and Kingdom Hearts 3. It wouldn't surprise me that if at some point Ephemer decided to rebuild the Arc. Probably not on his own though, maybe with the assistance of Brain once he finally arrived during the era of Missing Link. A couple of issues with this though is, number one, we don't know if the Arc has the capability of sending a heart back in time, and number two, he does mention Star Shard, though it's implied that something else brought him there. The point is though, I don't think that this is actually a data projection of Mickey in UX, and could very well be connected to Mickey's time in Scala in Kingdom Hearts 4. You're probably thinking though, then why is Mickey wearing his Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit, along with wielding the Starseeker Keyblade? This story update came out before Kingdom Hearts 3's release, so it could be a case of Nomura not wanting to use Mickey's Kingdom Hearts 3 outfit, and then he just didn't think that far ahead. But I do think a concept like this would be so cool, only because I want to explore a 3D version of Daybreak Town, and we know that Square Enix have already developed this for back cover. They literally have a good portion of that world already constructed, so I do hope through some Kingdom Hearts lore nonsense, we're able to go back to Daybreak Town and actually explore it. Now, something else that I haven't seen many people talking about is a really interesting small detail that can be seen in this screenshot. You might notice the crown emblem positioned over some of the bookcases here in the library. One of my biggest hopes for this next coming saga of Kingdom Hearts is to provide some context on the crown. I've always been a strong believer that there is more to the crown icon that has always been used to represent Sora than it seems, rather than just being a plain and simple emblem that represents the character of Sora, and that there is actually stronger meaning to this. Now, quite some time ago, I released a video diving into this subject a little bit more so if you are looking for a deep dive talking about this, then I'll leave that video in the description down below. However, something that's never left me is one small detail that can be found in Kingdom Hearts 3's Scala at Caelum. On the tram here that's positioned out of bounds, you'll notice that the crown is emblazoned on the tram. Now, this is the only crown icon that can be found throughout Scala's many smaller details around the city. I've looked high and low through every nook and cranny, and while there are two other instances that I have come across depicting somewhat of a crown, it is undeniable that the one that can be found on this tram is the exact same that has always represented Sora. And now, in this screenshot, all of a sudden, we're starting to see the same kind of familiar crown yet again. Now, this is Kingdom Hearts and Tetsuya Nomura, so small details like this are absolutely intentional. If the crown's purpose is simply just to be a representative motif for Sora, then why are we all of a sudden starting to see it here in Scala at Caelum? A world that has direct ties into the origin era of Kingdom Hearts and the Keyblade's legacy. Nomura has always made it clear that Sora is no more than a normal, ordinary kid that wound up with the Kingdom Key. He was simply in the right place at the right time as Riku had succumbed to darkness, diverting the Kingdom Key to connect with Sora's heart instead. Now, I think it's fairly obvious that the crown has something to do with Kingdom Hearts itself. As we know, the Keyblade, the weapon that is used to both access and control Kingdom Hearts, is a weapon that's comprised of two Kingdom Keys. And the teeth portion of the Kingdom Key is a crown. The crown is represented in both the Kingdom Key and Kingdom Key D, the counterpart Keyblades to Kingdom Hearts of both light and darkness. The crown representing Sora could simply just be a byproduct of him being the wielder of the Kingdom Key. But we also know that he had the crown necklace before he even came in contact with the Keyblade. Now still to this day we have zero idea where Sora's crown necklace came from, though in Chain of Memories it is implied that Riku was the one that gave it to him. Now why or how Riku would have this necklace in the first place is yet another mystery, but it would technically make sense for Riku to give this to Sora, as he was the original intended wielder of the Kingdom Key. However, because of the small crown details that we're starting to see in Scala Caelum, I'm led to believe that there is a greater importance to the crown than we currently know, and maybe Mickey's time in Scala Caelum might finally touch upon this. One last thing that I want to leave you guys with here is the crown that can be seen here in the screenshot. While it is hard to make out because it's so low quality, it almost resembles Xion's emblem. For those that don't know, Xion's motif is a mirrored crown, which is fitting as she derives from Sora. However, we can sort of tell that the bottom left and right spikes don't hang down as much as what we can see with Xion's motif, so maybe it is just a slightly different variation of the crown emblem. Either way, I'm really looking forward to this portion of Kingdom Hearts 4. I think it's going to offer a lot of mind-blowing reveals that's going to help bridge a lot of different things. And to have a full-blown playable Mickey segment is nice. I just really hope that it is quite fleshed out and has a decent duration backed behind it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about the Mickey segment in the comment section down below. However guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Be sure to slap that like button and slap it hard. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. A big thank you to my wonderful patrons. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and we'll talk again real soon.